And we begin tonight with the city of Buffalo is beginning to look at whether it should or should not create its own ambulance service. Good evening, I'm Scott Levin.
And I'm Mary Alice Demler. But what exactly is involved with that process? 2 on Your Side's Nate Benson dug a little deeper and asked an expert about a city-operated service. Nate, what did they say?
Well, Scott and Mary Alice, one expert I spoke to said the city needs to consider a lot of hidden costs to creating its own EMS service and also dig into the data of the existing service. When the Buffalo Common Council reconvenes in September, one of the issues they hope to tackle is whether or not they should create a city-operated ambulance service. It was brought up during the last meeting before the August recess, but most of the conversation was about response times by AMR, the city's current provider.
There's no resident in the city of Buffalo that should have to sit there for 2 hours waiting for a rescue squad.
Should the council be looking solely at response time, or is it more complicated than that?
It is more complicated than that.
Greg Lord has been an EMT for more than 40 years and has helped municipalities establish their own ambulance service as a consultant.
What are some other metrics that the council needs to be looking at when they're having this conversation?
So first of all, they need to look at the data, okay, and understand that when an ambulance is dispatched to a call, is it being dispatched to a call that we would consider to be minor?
Council President Chris Scanlon floated support for exploring a city-run system because of the potential revenue it could generate.
But I can tell you with pretty strong certainty that making money running a 911, an emergency ambulance system, doesn't really happen in America. The reason the private ambulances like AMR do 911 work is it also allows them to do all of the transfer work, the non-emergency calls.
Right now, AMR's contract with the city has expired, but a city spokesperson confirmed with 2 on Your Side that in the original agreement, the city did not actually pay AMR for their services. I asked Councilmember Mitch Nowakowski if the city should consider contributing towards AMR and making sure they've got what they need.
We need to, invest in something in AMR that they need to be able to respond quicker and faster. That's something that I'm really looking into.
But there's a lot of hidden costs to running an EMS service. Ambulances, equipment, fleet costs, staffing, medication, Medicare reimbursements, work-related injuries, and more.
Those are the kind of things you really got to look into if you want to understand the real cost of running an ambulance system.
Now, AMR is expected to be at the Common Council meeting in September to answer any questions lawmakers might have. The council gave itself 180 days from the end of July to study the feasibility of a city-operated service. On Your Side, Nate Benson, Channel 2 News.